1993. My first teacher was Julie Fair. She's from Perth. And I got to visit her in this trip. So I started working with them, and then they started talking about permaculture. So what I did is farming. Because I'm a farmer, my father was a farmer. So it's not a new thing for me. But then when we get in designing and vertical growing and combining plants, I start to understand what that means. And for us as a Palestinian, because we live in under occupation, it's important for us to eat from our own food, not to depend on the Israeli market or to wait for the Israeli to give us food full with chemicals and medicines. Because since we have the occupation, we still have to disease, heart attack, and all these issues from the chemical issue. So I like the idea, and I keep working until '98 with that project. Then I quit and I moved to America in 2001 for 5 years. I spent in Chicago and in Tennessee. There's a place called The Farm.
Now you work on the farm?
Yeah, so I've been there many times with arbitrates and all the hippie people there. It's really nice. People from away, they think it's something crazy happening there, but if you go there, you like it. So I spent good time with them. I learned more about permaculture, about natural building. Then I said, that's it. I have to go back to my country and start my own project. So I established my project under the name of the GPI, Global Village Institute, as a branch to make it easy for me to get funding and to get connection with art abroad, like with Jeff Lawton, with the UK or everywhere in the world. And we did 6 design courses until now, like this one. We did 6. We're going to have another one in next April, because we do once a year. Usually I bring teachers with me. Last teacher we have Salah Hamad, I don't know if somebody know him, and Ram Skinnett. They did the last course with us, and we have many teachers came. We asked him many times to come, but he said he don't like to deal with Israeli to cross the border. So he said no. Yeah, so that's in general what I'm doing there. I have a demonstration site. It's about almost the same size as this farm. It's like a food forest. I have like fruit trees, leafy trees, vegetables. I have bees, chickens, and pigeons. In the future, I'm going to have a natural building to build a house like this, use as accommodation and as a lecture, to have a lecture room. And we're going to have, like in November, I'm going to America again to do 2 workshops, aquaponics and natural building. So I'm going to have aquaponics in the farm when I learn how to build it. And we'll have animals in the future. Yeah, but to have the farm, like my dream or my aim is for the farm. When I close the gate, okay, you have a gate, right? I don't need anything from outside. Anything I need has to be inside the farm. From electricity, water, food, milk, meat, vegetables, fruit, anything. That's the point. We try to spread the things inside the country. I'm going to do a design for a farm, for a land in Jericho, not far from here, for youth, I think Christmas youth or something like that. So I'm going to do a design for them to make a site in permaculture. We have a lot of people now really interested in Palestine, West Bank, about environmental growing or permaculture issues, and to do their own farms, and so we grow up. That's in general. And somebody have questions? I'm ready to answer.
It's inspiring.
Write your name so that we can look up.
My name.
And the name of the
Google my name.
farm.
You'll find it. Alright. And the website is
Marda.
And we have Facebook page, a group page. It's Marda Permaculture Farm.
أنا فلسطيني من أريحة.
So
I remember I googled your farm, but I couldn't. I know that the story was I visited many years ago, but the story was that in 2000 they destroyed the farm.
that's the old project. That's where I learned permaculture. That's one. Yes, it was funded by APIDA and run by Ma'an Development Center, and they shut it down in 2000 when we had the second intifada. So I started that project, and I took my degree and my diploma from through that project, and then I quit I moved to America. But the new farm, I started from zero. I started with the land was empty. I had just a few olive trees and very old almonds in the edges. So if you stand here, you can see the whole thing to the end. Now you cannot see just only around you because it's full with trees and productive trees in south of Naples.
And it's different from there's a Nacim project.
That's in Beit Qal, Jenin.
what
Beit
else?
Qal, Jenin, Beit Qal. That's different.
And about production, what are you producing?
What I'm producing?
Yeah, what are you producing for?
Vegetables, all kind of vegetables, fruit trees like pomegranates, apricot, peaches.
For yourself, for your
For
community.
myself, and the extra I sell to the farmers, to the people. And this year I succeed to sell in Ramallah. There's a restaurant in Ramallah called the V. So they like to use organic food. So they bought from me tomato, lettuce, cucumbers. What I have, guys, I send it to them.
How that kind of initiatives, how it is spreading? Is it spreading through Palestine or not?
At the beginning, I'm sorry to say this.
Don't have to be sorry. Go ahead.
Internationally was stronger than locally. Like this guy, he's from Jericho. He's not from me. He said he saw it, but he didn't know about the new project. He saw the old project.
Okay.
And Jericho, from Marda, is about 1 hour driving. So locally, in the last 3 years, it's become more known, and I have more people come from, especially from Ramallah and Nablus, to learn about permaculture. And my students, at the first courses, the first 2 or 3 courses, I have them 50-50, 50 internationals and 50 Palestinians. But the last 3 courses, I have most of them Palestinians. Like my last course, I have 10 Palestinians and 1 from Germany. Last year, I had 28 students, and all of them from Palestine, 21 agricultural engineers from the Khaduri College in Tulkarem. They gave them 2 weeks off just to take the course. Because now at the college they teach permaculture. They have the manual, they took parts from the manual and they teach the students. So when they hear about the project and we do practicals, and so the students they said, okay, we need to go. So their feedback was, what we learn in 2 weeks is more than what we learn from the whole semester. Because with us, they learn
Practically on the ground.
not just lectures. Yeah.
Are your neighbors also agriculture? Your neighbors?
My neighbors.
Yeah, your surrounding neighbors.
Not really, because sometimes you come, the issue is the money, financial. People, as I said, we live under occupation. So if you ask somebody, okay, can you just grow food and eat from that place and don't work from that place, it's not easy. Because life is very expensive. Like in my country, the most expensive country in the world.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's
I
very
imagine.
expensive.
Yeah.
Everything's very expensive. Like tomato,
I imagine.
right now is 6 shekel. 6 shekel. It is like almost yes, $1.75. $1.75 for 1 kilo tomato. It's expensive.
That was going to be my question actually. How did you access the land? Was it land in
Yeah, it belonged to my father. I took from my father.
land
And the water, we have a spring inside the village, an ancient spring. So I run a hose from the spring down to my farm at about 400 meters, because I use the gravity, because my land is lower than the spring. So and last 2 years I built a system in the farm about 150 cubic meter. So I fill it from the spring.
And then you use it
And
back.
when I have the springs running, when the spring is running, especially in winter, until mid of May, so I use the gravity because I have the hose. So I irrigate my land from the spring direct. Right now, I use the system I have. I pump water from the system to irrigate my plants and my trees.
Did you find resistance from the local community in terms of setting up a project like that?
Like the simple word, they said I'm crazy.
That's good.
It's good.
Listen, financial is the issue. Money, the economy. Life is very expensive and costs too much money. But for me it was different because I'm open internationally and I get funding sometimes to run projects. That's maybe it's a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that I'm rich. I almost live with the limit.
Actually,
I have a family.
with this spirit, you don't have to be rich. Huh? I can
It's
assure
hard.
you.
It's hard to
I
live.
can assure you, you can do more than something rich without your volunteer. Really.
You take volunteers?
Yeah, but it's not woofing. So sometimes people get confused about woofing and volunteers.
But we
So I
thought-
have accommodation house.
Yeah.
It's fit 25 person at one time. I have 4 bedrooms, 3 showers and toilets, kitchen, sala, Wi-Fi, and but we charge something like $35 a day, include everything, like 3 meals and teaching in the
How
farm
much?
and the whole thing.
How much?
$35. $35 a day.
US dollar?
US dollar, yeah. One question?
Inspiring.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
I had a question about zoning, like zone 5 and in areas like this, like where there's nothing, like it's all shrubs and rocky and stuff. If you want to reforest that area, how would you go about doing that?
Zoning it depends where you're located. Like in my area, if we talk about zone 5, because my town is in the village and we surround with the settlement. So if I need to go away from that to zone 5 or zone 6, I will get to the settlement. Because that used to be the shepherd area where we used to have animals. But now, it's depends. If you have something to stop you moving, or you can move. So you need to know from what you have around you, then you have to choose or to decide what you have there.
We just don't have it. You just don't have it.
Maybe in some cases you can do only 2, like until zone 2 or zone 3. You can move more sometimes. If you have like chickens or animals, maybe your neighbor will complain. Then you have to take it away, so you lost this too, right?
Goes back to it depends.
Thank you.
Can you think about working with the community so you got this project and you are getting green in your project? Maybe the surroundings are not the same. Do you think?
So my job is like I grow the farm and I teach the people, especially who come to the farm. And we apply for funding to run projects. Like one of the projects we did, we get beehives. We give families in the village bees as to increase their income. And this summer we run a workshop how to
But for the community.
for the community, yeah, how to deal with bees. Like if you have a beehive, how you will deal with it, how you know they have disease or not, how you harvest the honey. So we get funding with to buy the new farm, and we get the farmer themselves who have the bees, and we give them about 30 hours how to deal with them.
Okay.
And the guy he's from the same village, when he trainer. So we follow up with them, the village. Like during this time after the harvest, they have a lot of disease. So we go with them and show them exactly how to do, where's the disease, how to solve this problem, stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You can't get